incoming court. This is our Cadman Zanarpello radio postgame show.
Caleb is the son of Dan and Anna Nelson. Caleb's favorite memories from Christie include coming together as one student body in any event, whether that is pulling an all-nighter in the field house with a baseball team or non-stop drumming during concourse meetings. He cherishes moments in relationships forever. Caleb is undecided on where he will go next year, but believes in communication and open space. It's our pleasure to introduce the 2022 Homecoming Queen and King, Natalie Harrell and Caleb Belzer.
It truly is an honor to be chosen as homecoming king, representing this incredible student body. To my parents, grandparents, and siblings, thank you for supporting and encouraging me in these past 12 years at BC. To faculty, board, donors, and alumni, thank you for putting this all together and allowing me to grow and learn in a Christian environment for so many years in my life. To my coaches and teachers, in your sports, productions, and classes, you've allowed me to make so many memories that I'll never forget. For my fellow students and classmates, thank you most of all. The relationships that I've made with you all, especially this past year, you guys know who you are, have made this experience truly unforgettable. I wouldn't trade these 4 years for being with you and with anyone else. From baseball beach days to the bonfires, the JSB, the CB dances, it'll never be old with you guys. In the end, we are all just a bunch of kids trying to make this short time of our lives the most memorable and meaningful yet. By our Lord's glory alone, we are here together tonight. Because of you, I got to have all these experiences with all of you. So really, I gotta get it all to him. But thank you, fellow Christians. Let's be loud and proud as we cheer on our basketball team tonight. And let's all continue to soar on wings like eagles. Go BC.
Congratulations once again to the 2022 Homecoming King and Queen, Caleb Belzer, Natalie Harrell. Danny Andringa and Tessa Breams, Lauren Dunsberg and Micah DeHaan, Eric Mulder, Sarah Gritters, Trinity Voss, and Bennett Sprunk, the rest of your homecoming court. Let's run down our final stats from our girls game and a happy homecoming win to start things off. Pella Christian 40, Newton 26, and the Eagles win for the first time since December 6th, and they won it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they basically won it the whole game. They really just stayed methodically, in the lead. They never let Newton really. They got it close a couple times in that first half, but really never let them get back into the game. And they really took care of business in the second half, and especially in that fourth quarter, they never let up. What they have 24, and they ended up with 16 points in that fourth quarter. That's a huge.
And all that came with the line, I think.
Yeah, a lot of it did. I don't know.
Faith had a bucket at the beginning of the quarter, and that's the only field goal they made.
Yeah.
So everything else was free throws.
Yeah. So good quarter for Pella Christian to make their free throws down the stretch, take care of the ball. Turnovers was was still a bigger number than I'm sure the coach would like, but they were able to take care of the ball when they needed to down the stretch.
Let's go ahead and take a look at your final stats presented by the Reduff Agency. 21 points, 8 steals for Jocelyn Terpstra, 6 rebounds, 12 points for Faith Kakmarinsky, 5 steals for her and 8 rebounds, and then 5 for Carly Anderson, 2 for Anna Eveland. Audrey Roush led the way for Newton with 11, Aurora Nearing with 6. The final turnover margin, what did you have, Win?
I had 23 for us, 31 for them. I know you're a little off from what you had because
Yeah.
I called that one block a shot. You called it a turnover, but yeah,
50-plus turnovers.
There's too many turnovers. Both coaches can't be real happy with the turnovers, and that's why both teams' records are what they are. They just don't take care of the basketball.
And then rebounds, quick?
Rebounds, Pella Christian with 26 total. Newton had 30, so Newton did out-rebound them. Did a little,
but barely. It was about that margin at the half.
Yeah, so they kind of controlled the boards a little better in the second half. Pella Christian ended up with 11 offensive rebounds, so they got some second chance opportunities there, and only allowed them to have 11 when they had 5 in the first half and 6 in the second. So that's not a horrible number. Something they do need to cut down on a little bit as they start seeing better competition.
Your final stats presented by the Reduff Agency. Let Chad Lance or Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you. The Reduff Agency providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. We already told you about our Hormel Foods Radio Key Play and Player of the Game, the Key Play. 12 free throws in a row for Jocelyn Terpstra, and she ends up with 13. Yep.
13 in a row, yeah.
And she got to 21 points. So 13 in a row, 21 points for Jocelyn Terpstra. Looking for a key to your new career, visit hormeljob.com. We're going to step aside. Final score, Pella Christian 40, Newton 26. When we come back, boys action live on KNIA-KRLS.com and the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel.
Over the past few months, Pella Real Estate Services has been sharing real stories of real people saving real money by selling their home using the Prez Listing Advantage.
They saved $3,600.
They saved $1,470.
These sellers saved $3,120.
Why pay a 6% commission when you can save thousands of dollars, just like many others have using the Prez Listing Advantage? Call 628-1BUY to list your home with Pella Real Estate Services.
As spring and summer sports seasons approach, have Raceway Tire and Exhaust team you up with a set of Firestone tires. Check out the Firestone Destination line of tires. Whether you drive a truck or SUV, there's a Firestone Destination tire just right for you. And Raceway Tire and Exhaust is your complete auto care center from bumper to bumper. No matter what your vehicle needs, take it to Raceway Tire and Exhaust in Knoxville.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust.
We got what you need
to get you on the go.
If you are looking for some fantastic pork tenderloin, Wood Iron Grill has now joined the Tenderloin Trail 2.0. The Tenderloin Trail 2.0 passport is now available. Don't wait, get started today. You can get the passport by going to the website iowapork.org/tenderloin trail. Get the passport from participating restaurants or stop by the IPPA office to pick up the passport. Wood Iron Grill in Oskaloosa, home to the stops on the Tenderloin Trail 2.0.
Would you look at the time? It's tax time. You already know H&R Block does taxes, but here's what you may not know when you file with H&R Block, like how you can get expert help in person or virtually. Plus, our tax pros average 10 years of experience. You can even request to work with the same tax pro every year, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. No one offers more ways to help with your taxes than H&R Block. At H&R Block, help is here.
Visit H&R Block, Pella, Oskaloosa.
At Vision for Less, it's just the right price. 2 pairs of glasses start under $40 and 2 pairs of progressives start under $80. Using insurance? We accept over 1,000 plans, and using your benefits is as easy as 1, 2, 3. No insurance? No problem. We've got glasses to fit your budget. It's just the right price. Only at Vision for Less. Right glasses, right price, right now.
A mysterious force knocks the moon out of its orbit and hurtling towards the Earth in Moonfall, rated PG-13 and now showing at Pella Cinemas. An oddball conspiracy theorist, John Bradley, joins Halle Berry as a NASA executive along with a disgraced astronaut on their impossible mission to save the planet. Also new this week at Pella Cinemas is the Christian film Redeeming Love, rated PG-13, inspired by the Bible's Book of Hosea, and held over for positively its final week is American Underdog, the Kurt Warner story, rated PG. For a list of show times, visit pella-cinemas.com and enjoy a movie at Pella Cinemas.
This is Kim at the Fairfield Inn & Suites in Oskaloosa, inviting you to come stay with us. We're a brand new facility that boasts state-of-the-art amenities coupled with the local charm of Oskaloosa. Our pool and fitness center is open to our guests, and free breakfast will start your day off right. Call and book with us today, or use our Marriott Bonvoy app. We look forward to seeing you.
This is Dr. Tim Yoder with Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. February is National Pet Dental Month, and I'd like to encourage you to schedule an oral exam for your pet. All of our dental services are discounted during the month of February, including cleaning of the teeth, polishing of the teeth, and dental surgery where needed. Call today to schedule your pet's oral checkup at 628-4040 for Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, where your pet's good health is our one concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They take care of pets because they love them.
And this is our broadcast at KNRA-KRLS.com of Pella Christian Basketball. We're back inside our Knoxville Hospital and Clinic's Red Rock Clinic Pella Radio pregame show. Andrew Snyder, Wynn Veenstra getting set for boys action, and we are way behind here with homecoming and everything. We had an overtime JV game. So we are in the teeth of our boys basketball games. We're already at the half in Indianola, 36-18 Indianola. On top, and then Pella 13, DCG 10 at the end of one. And everyone in the conference is rooting for the Dutch if they want at least a share of the conference championship. Yeah. Go, and I root for the Dutch normally anyway, so it doesn't hurt me. Here's another less fun Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio update. Norwalk 5, Grinnell 2 after one. That's a boys basketball February score.
They've had a couple of those games here lately for Norwalk, that really low scoring in the first quarter. They have one with Newton coming up here. When let's take a look at our Hormel Foods Radio key play and plays player of this game. This contest back at Newton was a running start, a red-hot start for the Cardinals, and they got out to a big lead, but Pella Christian dominated the last three quarters. I think for PC, the key tonight is they want to avoid that, right, especially coming off of the loss they had against DCG. I think the big key for the Eagles, get out front on this team, because if they get ahead, we saw they're a much better team than the first time in the conference. They knocked off Pella by taking that early lead. I think the Eagles, if they want to have their best chance of success, need to get an early 5 or 6 point lead. Yeah, I think Pella Christian needs to get their offense to rolling. They've got such an advantage inside on everybody they play for the most part this year, and they've got to make sure they utilize it. Now, against DCG, they didn't utilize it very well because DCG's quickness was able to keep them from passing the ball into those big guys and make it difficult. There was two guys on anybody that looked like they were going to get the ball, and Pella Christian just never got into an offensive flow on that. They've got to have offensive flow tonight. They've got to hit some shots from the outside. The guards have got to drive the basket and then dish to the big guys after the help comes over, and the big guys have got to be ready to catch and shoot and really defend well also on the other end and not let Newton get some easy looks. And then, again, just like any game, rebounding is huge. They've got to utilize that height and get that rebound.
It feels like the key to me, when Pella Christian has won, their guards have played well. When they've lost, the guards have not played well. And that, I think, is the recipe to success for the rest of the year, especially when you think about the postseason bracket. They're official. Eagles will have a first-round bye, and then they'll play coming up on February the 17th on a Thursday night. The Eagles are going to be one of the final 8 teams, especially with Des Moines Christian looming. It's on the guards to take that next step, and tonight's the opportunity to kick that off.
Absolutely. You can have all the height advantage you want, but if the guards can't get you the ball, it's not going to do you any good. And then you're relying on offensive putbacks, which they can do. I'm not saying, but it makes it a lot easier if they're ready to catch and shoot and the guards are able to make some sort of penetration and get them the ball.
Eagles got a tough stretch to close the season, starting tonight with Newton. Pella looming Thursday to end the regular season.
Well, Van Meter tomorrow.
Yeah, so I was about to say huge ones, Van Meter tomorrow, that we'll talk about in our post-game show. Those are your Hormel Foods radio keys to this game. At Hormel Foods, looking for the key to your new career, visit hormeljob.com. Let's take a look at our colors of the game, presented by Pella Engraving and Sign. Newton's going to be in their road black uniforms with the red numbers, red trim, and the white also mixed in. Pella Christian, their standard fare. Home white base, the maroon and gold for the rest. The Eagles. Again, Eagles maroon, gold, white. Newton in black, red, and white. Your colors of the game presented by Pella Engraving and Sign. Whether it's a colorfully designed event banner, car wrap, or business sign, let the professionals at Pella Engraving and Sign bring it to life. Let's go ahead and take a look at your game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. It is half of what we had for our opening tip. It's still cold and windy out there when it is 7 fresh degrees outside. Warmer weather coming up, though.
It's coming. Yeah.
Tournament time starts to see the turnaround, not only to the obviously the great parts of basketball season, but the warmer weather that is looming ahead.
Somebody said the other day only 50 days till corn planting, so it gets in here in a hurry all of a sudden.
It certainly does. If your home isn't staying comfortable during this cold Iowa winter, trust the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pebbly. You'll rest easy when you pick up the phone in here.
Van Haften.
We are live inside our Knoxville Hospital and Clinic's Red Rock Clinic Pella Radio pregame show. There, your cornerstone to health. And you're listening to Pella Christian Eagles basketball, powered by Bank Iowa, on the KNIA KRLS.com, KRLS2 stream, and the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. At Bank Iowa, they say,
let's make it happen.
They're donating $10 for every home dunk and every home three-pointer. I want to say unofficially between the girls, boys, and dunk, we got a count in from Dan Branderhorst beginning of the week. We're over 100 individual donations between, I think, 14 dunks or something like that here at home, and then 30 or so threes for each team. So good to see that number approaching. If it's not quite there, it's close to 100. And that number still has a chance to grow with home games today, tomorrow, and Thursday, and all postseason long, thanks again to Bank Iowa. We're going to step aside for a quick commercial timeout and have more of your Red Rock Clinic Pella Radio pregame show from the Knoxville Hospital and Clinics. Pella Christian versus Newton on KNIA KRLS.com. Happy homecoming.
And it's time for a new roof. Think Randall Roofing. This is Randy Jarzombek, owner of Randall Roofing, and we are the dependable and reliable leader for your home or business shingle roofing needs in Pella and the surrounding areas. Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
Here's a garage door tip from the gurus of garage doors at DeYoung Door Service. Not all insulated garage doors are created equally. You can get a quote-unquote insulated garage door with an R value as low as 3. The best insulated garage doors have an R value over 15. That's a major difference. So before buying your new garage door, visit with the gurus of garage doors and make sure that you get the right insulation level to get the job done.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Why should you consider a career at Vermeer? Production Area Manager Adam Smith has enjoyed some of the perks that come with working here.
When they do their end-of-the-year meeting, they have a drawing and they pull for a chance to go on a plane ride with Jason. And I actually got to win that one year. So I got to go up in the plane with Jason, and we went over our house where everyone lived. And then we came over the company, got to see Lake Red Rock from the air, which was pretty neat.
Start the search for your career at Vermeer by visiting vermeer.com/careers.
If you have friends or family coming to Pella, make reservations for them to stay in Pella's finest accommodations, the Amsterdam Hotel.
We have many different packages available depending on what they're looking for during their visit.
Our weekend getaway package includes flowers, chocolates, and champagne.
The Visit Pella package has tickets to the Historical Village, Vermeer Windmill, and Pella Bucks to spend around town.
And the Stay and Play package includes golf at Boss Landon.
Find the perfect package for your guests or yourself by visiting royalamsterdam.com for the Amsterdam Hotel on the Bollengrat in Pella.
At Pella Fiber, you're more than just a number. You're a neighbor, a friend, a family member. You are what makes Pella a great place to live, work, and play. And Pella Fiber is dedicated to bringing you the connections you need to live life to its fullest. So while big telecommunications companies see you as just another number on a profit statement, you'll always be much more to us. Pella Fiber, neighbors, not numbers. Join us at PellaFiber.com and connect to what really matters.
It's a mindset. You've got to start with that belief in your mind. I've got this. I can do this. I can conquer this.
The relentless are unstoppable. They don't say, I wish I could have done more, because they give everything they have, every single day.
If you truly want something, you've got to be relentless. So what are you going to do today?
Brand appeal. Relentless for you.
Back inside our Red Rock Clinic Pella Radio pregame show presented by the Knoxville Hospital and Clinics. Andrew Snyder and Wynn Veenstra as I keep dropping my pen here. Not a good sign for the
It doesn't go very far.
No, it doesn't. Let's go ahead and take a look at your starting lineups presented by Menega Pest Control. We'll get the official ones here in just a second as the jerseys come off. And looks like we're pretty close to what we need to have here. Looks like the pretty standard fare for both. So let's start with Newton at 9-6 overall. Jake Engel, 4 losses in the conference for Newton, by the way. Number 3, Brody Bauer. Number 15, Casey Somars. Number 22, Adam Madison. Number 32, Cole Plowman. Again, that's Engel, Bauer, Somars, Madison, Plowman for Newton. For Pella Christian, it's their standard 5 when they've been healthy. A senior guard at 5'9", number 3, Levi Skelhaus. Nico Schurz, a senior forward at 6'7", wearing number 4. Jaden Heisman, a guard at 6'5", wearing number 5. Aiden Stoltz, a junior guard at 6 foot tall, wearing number 15. And Eric Mulder, 6'9", a forward senior, number 32. Your starting lineups are presented by Menega Pest Control. Sean and his team want to kill your bugs.
Call 628-3198. Menega Pest Control.
And that wraps up your Knoxville Hospital and Clinic's Red Rock Clinic Pella Radio pregame show, your cornerstone to health. Andrew Schneider and Win Veester coming to you from Eagle Lane. Happy homecoming, Eagles fans, as we get you set for another Little Hawkeye Conference battle. The Pella Christian Eagles at 12-5 overall, just 4 conference losses against Newton, who currently has them tied in the Little Hawkeye Conference standings behind Pella and Indianola in a tie for 4th. And Win, obviously still more than 4th, potentially on the line. Depends if Pella can hang on to their 13-10 lead. But this is a big test, I think, for both teams, right? I think Newton on the tournament trail, you know, Pella Christian probably would do well in 3A in most cases as well. The Eagles need some momentum. It was a really, really rough second half against DCG. They only scored 8 points in the final 2 quarters.
Yeah, they just were totally out of sync. DCG, again, had too much speed for them. You know, like I said, you'd have to feel pretty confident based on what you've seen out of Newton in the past that Pella Christian would be able to take care of this game, but Newton is much improved. We saw that against Pella. They were able to keep them from making any baskets from the outside for the most part. And so they can give some teams fits. You can't look past them, and Pella Christian's got to come ready to play.
A lot of games in action already on our boys Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Pella 13, DCG 10 after 1. Indianola 36, Oskaloosa 18 at the half. Grinnell 5, Norwalk 2 after 1. Roland Story 20, PCM 5. Now Strawber Cellular Instant Radio Update 38-20 at the half. Also have another Strawber Cellular Instant Radio Update. Norwalk scores 22 points in the quarter, 24-13 over Grinnell. There you go.
Yeah.
Your Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, where they're serving you and building community across the Red Rock area with their locations in Pella, Knoxville, Melcher, Dallas. Marion County Bank is the area's financial leader. Your opening tip is presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Dutch Mill Supply is your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. 32 Plowman in the center for Newton, 32 Eric Mulder in the center circle for the Eagles. Dutch Mill Supply, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. Ball is in the air, Eagles have it.
Yeah, tipped it on the way up. And that happens a lot, but this out official was right on the spot and called it.
Ball is in the air, and it's back to the Eagles anyway at the half-court line with Aiden Stoltz. And we are underway on Eagle Lane. Boys basketball action on KNIA-KRLS.com and the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. Levi Skelhaus left side to Heisman, right side now to Aiden Stoltz. Stoltz on the three-point perimeter gets a screen from Mulder, picks it up in the corner, trying to find Eric, loose ball, and that's a tie-up, and turnover Eagles.
Bad pass there by Aiden. Just didn't put enough on that to get that ball to Eric. You've got to put a little heat on the pass, and Newton was all over it.
7:35 remaining here in the first. Cardinals' first possession. Newton edged by Norwalk earlier this week after their signature win of the year, knocking off Pella 1 week ago. Turnaround jumper on the baseline, no good. Schurz gets the rebound. Stoltz down the floor with it here for PC. He'll dribble, drive, pop it up in the air. It's not even close. Not sure what he was thinking.
I think he thought he was going to get fouled.
He did not, and Mattis gets the rebound. 7:05 remaining. Eagles, it's technically a shot and a rebound, but 2 poor possessions to start here, and unfortunately, Aiden Stoltz has been at the center of it.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a shot. I think he just felt the contact and threw it at the basket, thinking he was going to get the foul call.
See if the Eagles defense can come up with something here early. It's Jake Engel, Adam Mattis joining the 1,000-point scoring club. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic for Newton last Tuesday.
Going to get Nico for a reach there on the far corner.
been a bit of a bugaboo.
Near
for
corner
Nico.
for the people watching at home, I'm sorry.
In the corner, either way. 6:39 remaining here in the first. Eagles to our right for the radio audience. Again, you said it earlier, root for the team in white if you're a Pella Christian fan. And Newton the opposite. At least they make that one easy on the eyes. 6:25 remaining here in the first. Neither team scoring here. I think Newton's not afraid of playing that kind of game. Down low on the baseline. Right-hand layup is in. Extra pass to Casey Somars.
Yeah, the help came over and he was able to hit him. Left him wide open and he knocked down the shot.
Here's Skelhaas. Levi over 14 points per game leads the team. Left side Stoltz. Schurz high elbow, down low, the entry pass, and Mulder draws contact and he's at the line for two.
He was not going to let him dunk it. He had both hands on his arm and was not going to let him shoot. Puts Eric at the line though. He's going to have to earn him the hard way with a couple free throws.
Your video stream here tonight is presented by Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. Thanks again to Kinetic Edge for sponsoring our video stream here on KNIA-KRLS.com. 2-1, and Mulder will make the first. First sub already, Cale Swartz. He gets a lot of action usually anyway. The first foul was on Plowman, and they're trying to avoid him in foul trouble if they can. He's a pretty good inside defender, and Mulder will make both. Pella Christian, a 65% foul shooting team. Newton about 64%. See how that advantage tilts here tonight. There could be a lot of that happening. Tied at 2, 5:49 remaining. Newton on their half of the floor. Top of the circle. Come the Cardinals. Right side to Bauer. They're saying let's make it happen, I guess. Down low to Swartz. Swartz, cross court pass to Bauer. Bauer, right wing, open three, it's in. Again, it's been the extra pass. The ball came all the way down the floor. It'll be PC ball. But when they're finding the openings.
Good ball movement. Pella Christian staying in that zone and getting out there, but just finally they're a little slow and they knock down the shot.
5:25 remaining here in the first. A 5-2 Newton lead. Eagles with the ball. Schurz on the bricks, kicks it out to Jaden Heisman. Heisman a shot fake. To Skelhaas, back to Jaden. Jaden looking for Eric. Eric draws the double team, and he's fouled on the floor. Had the dunk going anyway.
Yeah,
and he's
got him
back
the ball, but again, once he gets the ball, they're just going to hang on him because they are not going to let him take off and dunk the ball on him.
First foul on Somars. Newton doesn't have a ton of size. Their tallest player is Plowman at 6'4", who at least plays. Obviously, the Eagles with Schurz and Mulder have a good 4 to 5 inches over both those players.
Yeah, and Heisman's up there too.
Yep, as the rest of it, and there's a travel. Yeah. I'm surprised it wasn't an offensive foul, really.
Luckily it wasn't. He kind of gave ground. Otherwise, if he'd have sold that with a little acting, it could have been an offensive foul call.
Well, regardless, it's 2 Eagles turnovers. AC offense has been sluggish thus far. 4:56 remaining. Opening quarter, Andrew Schneider, Win Veenstra on a long-running homecoming night, as we expected here. Appreciate you joining us wherever you are. Warmer days and tournament basketball looming in just over a week. In fact, a week from tomorrow, our first playoff game on 92.1 KRLS will feature the victorious Eagles girls. First win since December for PC. Good for Coach Ingers and his squad. He'll join us at the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Elbow jumper no good for Swartz, and Mulder his first rebound. Eagles up ahead quickly to Stoltz. And Newton, by the way, also sagging into a 2-3 zone. See how the Eagles combat that. Here's Schurz on the perimeter. Left side now Stoltz. Stoltz on the wing.
Well, I think they're in a man-to-man here.
Okay, yeah, it looked like they set up initially.
Yeah, we were just kind of standing there like that, and so it looked that way there.
And here's Schurz. Schurz had the opening, finds some separation, too strong, and then Eric dunks it for the putback.
Eric was right ready to catch with that one, and I thought Nico could have made a little stronger move there and got the basket, but he chose the shot from a little bit further out on the weak, and Eric gets the rebound.
Our drive to the basket grown by Champion Seeds dealer Jay Boat, an independently owned and regionally focused seed company that strives to build and maintain the broadest portfolio of genetics and traits. Champion Seed, they only champion the best of Eric Mulder's dunks, many he's had this season. Here's a tip and a steal to Levi Skelhaas. Skelhaas up ahead, in transition, he gets it off the window and in. First Newton turnover turns into 2 points Eagles.
Oh, wow.
And a turnover, Newton again.
Totally unforced. The ball came to him. He couldn't handle it.
This is what PC did to the Cardinals first time around when they fell behind by a bigger margin than that first quarter. Then all of a sudden, boom,
Sped 'em up.
PC played that speed game, which they can't do against Pella or DCG or Indianola, but certainly can here against the Cardinals. Newton does not want to play that game. I think I've seen Newton scores the last 3 weeks where they've had less than 20 points and a half several times. Top of the key, Tyson DeVries just in. Levi Skelhaas, 3 on the way, long. Danny Andringa gets it over to Heisman on the rebound. Eagles keep the possession. Out to Skelhaas, left side Heisman in the corner, DeVries. 6-5 Eagles all of a sudden on top here. Down low, Andringa clanging and banging for 2 is Danny Andringa.
Well, Danny had a really good game 2 games ago when he came in to fill in for Nico when he was hurt. And he starting off here with another strong finish there with that basket.
Just in the blink of an eye when it was 5-2 in 3 quick possessions, including the Mulder dunk. Newton to tie it, can't get it to go. Mulder the rebound. Eagles pushing the floor. Left side DeVries, Heisman, 3 way off the mark. But there's Danny Andringa.
Nice job of being in the right place to get that offensive board on the miss.
I saw that he's going to school for environmental science, but maybe he needs to work at the Postal Service. In the meantime, it's just when he's in the game, he brings a great energy in that paint. And I love seeing Danny hustle for rebounds. He's got 2 already, or at least he's been a part of 2. 8-5. Eagles all of a sudden in a hurry. Stagnant for the first couple of minutes, but they've turned it on. A Pella Hy-Vee game reset with 2:14 remaining. Pella Christian 8, Newton 5. Andringa setting up Mulder. Mulder had it knocked out. And they'll say Mulder, no argument off his hip. He's not arguing. I think it just hit off his hip.
Yeah.
Third Eagles turnover. About to argue it, but he didn't look bad.
Well, I think he thought he got fouled to knock it off of him, but yeah, it did go. He knocked it down into him. There, Heisman tipped it away, but they couldn't come up with it.
Newton keeps it. They're on their own half of the floor. Strauver Cellular instant radio update as we expected. Back and forth. It's DCG 29, Pella 25 at the half. Not as much scoring maybe as we thought there would be, but 2 of the best teams in the conference locking horns across town on 92.1 KRLS. 8-5 here. Right side Mattis. Caleb Mattis, the younger brother. Down low, tipped away by Mulder. It's saved again, this time Caleb Mattis. He had the game of the night against Pella 1 week ago. There's Mattis getting the offensive rebound.
Yeah, that can't happen. That ball bounced way out, but you still got to go get it.
Minute 20 remaining. Newton with the ball. They led just a few moments ago, but the Eagles have flipped the game on their head for now. But Newton, chance here to drag this possession out. Adam Mattis, center of the lane. Mr. 1,000 points is short. Eric Mulder's up to 4 rebounds already. Here's Tyson DeVries. DeVries cutting to the hole, and he's called with the charge. Very obvious charge.
Well, the guy fell over a little early, but yeah, he leaned right into him. So you gotta recognize, he's got to put that ball in his left hand and shoot it that way instead of putting it back in his right and going right into the defender.
You can tell, regardless of what you think of how Engel fell, he was in the perfect position, and DeVries just has to recognize that.
Yeah, like I said, he puts that ball in the left hand and shoots a left-handed layup. He doesn't get the charge call, but he put it back in his right hand and put it right into the defender.
51 seconds remaining, 8-5. Engel over the timeline, and Newton is going to be more than happy. If PC doesn't want to come up, they're going to just sit there.
Yeah, they want a low-scoring game, so they're not going to be in a hurry.
I was about to say, I was waiting for Coach Borda. The Eagles are looking to make the decision there. So Newton is perfectly okay with it, and maybe he's trying to take a 3 or bring it back within 1 possession. And Caleb Mattis nearly lost it out of bounds on a wild pass from Engel. And he's stuck on his own sideline, and he'll throw it away. It's E.J. Fransman who gets the steal.
It's just difficult to hold on to the ball that long.
Unless you're DCG.
Yeah, well.
They're the exception to the rule, though.
There's not very many high school teams that can.
DeVries, baseline, wraparound. That time, a good cut for Tyson DeVries at the horn. And the Eagles surging a 10-0 run to close the quarter. And that'll take us to quarter number 2 inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Hi, this is Lonnie DeSword, Petroleum Department Manager at Two Rivers Co-op, inviting you to fill up with gas at Pella's only locally owned gas station. Our Carswell location in Pella is open 24 hours a day, pumping Cenex top-tier gas, and you don't have to be a member of the co-op to use it. Next time you stop by, make sure to ask for a Two Rivers local card, because when you swipe it at the pump, you'll save 4 cents off every gallon every time you fill up. So if you're fed up with the big chains, fill up at Pella's only locally owned gas station, Two Rivers Cooperative.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we know how important it is for athletes to heal properly so they can continue making plays and staying active. We pride ourselves in providing top-notch care for athletes of any age. Whether you're the quarterback for a local team, a leisurely runner, or somewhere in between, we've got you covered at Kinetic Edge. You can choose where you go for physical therapy. Choose Kinetic Edge. Contact us today at kineticedgept.com or 621-0230.
At Pella Christian High School inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Andrew Schneider, Win Veenstra. Eagles with the ball. And a 5-point lead, and that's why that steal at the end so big.
Yeah, big, good steal, and then to attack the basket and get that shot off from the reverse side to get that extra basket. Big momentum change here.
DeVries hands it off to Stoltz. Quick passes. Here's Bennett Sprunk on the homecoming court. Officially signed to Dordt baseball, and Schurz nearly got the dunk instead. At the last second win, pulled up and got the easy 2.
Well, Nico's not played a lot of good basketball the 2 games before he got hurt, and he needs to really step up and be that second threat in that post position. That was a nice take by him.
I was about to say that. He thought for a second about it, but hey, just take the easy 2 sometimes.
You don't need to dunk it. You just got to make the basket.
7:25 remaining. It is now in a 12-0 Eagles run. It's about halfway through the first quarter. Bennett Sprunk was looking more like the safety in the football field there, trying to take one away. It stays with Newton. Engel top of the key. Newton all of a sudden has had a tough time shaking this zone defense loose. Engel shot off the mark, and Franzman lost the rebound on his way down.
EJ's got to come up with that ball cleanly and come away with it strong and get out of there with it. He brought it down to his waist, and the defender was able to tie him up.
On our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, it's Indianola 55, Oskaloosa 36 after 3. So moving into the third quarter in other games, Pella trails DCG 29-25 at the half. Roland Story on top of PCM 38-20 at the half. Actually, you have a Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio update. Roland Story 65, PCM 41 after 3 on the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. 12-5 our score here. Center of the lane jumper way off the mark for Swartz, and it's Aiden Stoltz the rebound. Up ahead to Schurz. Schurz spins and traveled.
Wow, I don't see how, but they're going to call it. So
felt like he took that extra, may have taken an
shuffled
extra
it or something. Yeah,
because he was trying to stay in bounds, and that may be where the official was looking anyway.
Instead of establishing the pivot foot.
It was close.
I thought he had it nicely posted and spun back away from the official, and yet he still called the travel.
We'll leave that to our replay experts, but don't want to put too much pressure on that. Not worth it at this point. 6:30 remaining. If it was the fourth quarter, I'd be hovering over Kenyon's shoulder. Yes, Kenyon Gietings is a mysterious doppelganger. Keaton was here last time I was here. 6:20 remaining, 12-5. Frank Vandenbosch give me a nice smile. Thanks to those guys for all the work they do on the video stream. Newton ball down by 7. Right side.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Mattis, and he traveled.
He caught it. I didn't think he was going to catch it.
Or maybe it's Fred.
It's so much.
It's Fred Vandenbosch. There we go. I can equal up the names. But go ahead, Win.
It's so much easier to go officiate from up here. You know that?
Yeah. I don't want to be down there, though. That's for sure. I like my spot up here. The alley-oop set up nearly for Mulder. That's easier said than done. I saw Pella with a couple of doozies on Tuesday to Parker Elder.
The defender was right there. I'm amazed that they tried it.
Do have a girls final, Pleasantville 72, ACGC 38. Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio update. Newton ball down by 7. No longer a 12-0 run win. It's a 12-0 stretch. But the Eagles happy to have flipped the script on this game. I should say 10-0 stretch. They're down 5-2. That shot clangs hard off the board, and now Skelhaus showing off that state track speed, and he'll finish it coast to coast. The rebound and score, and a scoop and score for Levi Skelhaus.
Nice job of that ball came bouncing way out. He just poked it ahead and just outran everybody.
Double team trap over the half-court line here for Newton. It's down to Cole Plowman and another steal.
Aiden just took it away from him.
Aiden Stoltz out to Heisman. Heisman takes a long step back out to Stoltz. Top of the key, shot fake. Here's Heisman, right wing. Jaden dribbles with his left hand out to Aiden Stoltz. Stoltz, one of the highest three-point shooting percentages in the conference. Down low to Nico Schurz, counted and one. Nico Schurz at the line for three.
Yeah, nice high-low action there from Eric to Nico. Nico was ready to catch and shoot that, and good to see him play that way.
The Eagles keep this going. Again, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
Eagles trailed by 5-2. It's now 16-5, a 14-0 Eagles run in a vision for last timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll keep it right here. If you're enjoying this broadcast of Pella Christian Basketball on YouTube, please consider a donation to help keep it free. Go to pceagles.org and click the donate button, or just click the Eagle Head logo in the bottom right-hand corner of this video and hit donate to PC for more information. 16-5 is our score here. Let's also tell you about our fan of the game, Jill Jansen, presented by Delivery.com. We were talking about it when we were teased because the Rock household here in Pella, my in-laws, ordered from my account, which is great. Carly was over there. We thought we were getting food coming here, but that's the benefit of Delivery.com. Game night, the perfect night. You can get it from any Pella restaurant or most Pella restaurants, especially those locally owned. Support local, shop local, Delivery.com. And you can be our next fan of the game, just like Jill Jansen, who won $10 on her next order. Our score here, 16-5, Pella Christian on top. This has been a fun, real 10-minute stretch almost now. Eagles were down, with about 4.5 left. They went down 5-2, and ever since then, they've really been doing everything they want to.
Well, they've taken care of business. They they've had some turnovers, but not a lot of turnovers. But they've taken care of the ball. They've moved the ball. They've been able to force the ball inside, and Eric's going to draw a big crowd, but Nico's been able to come through and put in some baskets on the open.
And I don't want to, jinx it, because Newton,
they can come back.
They're a good team, but this is not the style they want to play, right? That was off of Eric Mulder on the offensive defensive rebound, after the miss from Nico. But, this is not where Newton likes to be. They like to be ahead by 2 or 3 possessions and grind it out.
And take care of the ball, yeah.
Instead, they're on the opposite. Looks like we're going to have some lip syncs coming up, by the way. I believe it was the junior class that won the lip sync, so I think they're the ones performing at the half. We'll see. 4:50 remaining here in the second quarter, and the reverse layup, and the first time Newton has scored win since early first quarter.
Yeah, about almost 8 minutes, I think, since they've scored.
16-7. It was a matter of time. They're too good of a team not to. Let's see how the Eagles respond up by 9. Stoltz on the far, or I guess near side camera, Pella Christian logo. Down low, Danny Andringa, the bullet pass, counted and one again for Danny Andringa.
Well, that was a nice find from Eric to Danny there. Great feed, and Danny was in great position. And that is going to be such a big advantage to him all the rest of the season if they can continue to exploit the fact that when Eric gets a double team, they get the ball to somebody else.
Andringa misses, though. That's been 2 now that they've missed. Trade Vanderlaan into the game for Newton, a rebound. Eagles extending this, not full court pressure win, but they are really extending the defense to the half court mark, and then there's a foul called on Aiden Stoltz. 2 fouls, by the way, on Cole Plowman. That's a big gap for them, and now the Eagles really, I think, they have to attack the paint.
Yeah, and he's sitting down now again. He was out. I think he was out that whole time Pella Christian made that run in the first quarter, and so now he's going to sit down again.
18-7. 5 fouls for Newton, 3 for Pella Christian, a Pella Hy-Vee game reset. Double team trap underneath. Newton really has not had a ton of comfortable looks here. In the center of the lane, a runner doesn't go. Almost more like a teardrop, no run to it. And it's Danny Andringa clearing the board here for PC. Stoltz brings it down the floor left side and out to a wide open Jaden Heisman for 3! Yes, Jaden Heisman pours it in from downtown, and the Eagles offense continues to lock in on all cylinders here in the first half.
And that's the beauty of the fact that they've been able to score inside so well. Jaden was wide open outside.
Oh, and then without Plowman underneath, it makes it even more of an issue. And there's first block from Mr. Mulder. It is an offensive rebound for Newton, but they will not do anything with it. And it's Danny Andringa, his 3rd rebound. The Eagles pushing the issue. Levi Skelhaus in transition, no. Boy, that would have been a big one.
Yeah.
And it was a good-looking shot.
That's another one. How many tonight haven't rattled in from Pella Christian?
Well, that one does the same on the other side, I suppose. Andrika's got 3 rebounds on 3 consecutive possessions here. But yeah, we've had quite a few between the boys and girls games that haven't gone in.
Rattled a couple times and just come back out.
Have Mr. Brandhorst check in the morning, see what the rims look like, make sure we're regulation still. Because Eric Moeller probably has done something to him. In the corner, Aiden Stoltz, can he get on the board? That rattles in and out, no. Man.
Just can't get any of those to fall. Heisman's is the only 3 that's fell clean.
21-7, and there's a layup, misses, but a foul, a late push. Stoltz picks up 2 quick fouls.
Yeah, Aiden, probably going to come out anyway. Looks like Tyson was coming in, so he'll probably take Aiden's spot.
Nico Schurz and EJ Franzman also coming in, so it looks like Andrika and Mulder are going to take a breather here, and why not, up by 14. Adam Mattis is one of the top scorers in the Little Hawkeye Conference, and it's never a good sign for Newton if his first point of the game is coming with 2.5 left until the half. He's too important of a player for them not to have him score in every quarter.
And that one was a free throw that kind of rolled around and was fortunate to fall in for him.
Second is in.
That was pure. And he's going to sit down.
Yep. All sorts of subs back in here. Kale Swartz back in for Newton. I think Jake Engel was on the bench for a second. Pella Christian up 21-9, led as much by 14. That was just a few seconds ago. Fake the handoff in the corner. Heisman, can he get it this time from the corner? No. Another good look, though. Must be something about playing against Newton and threes not going in.
Well, yeah, it looked good. It just caught enough iron that it rolled around and hit the iron and out.
Norwalk 40, Grinnell 25, and there's a layup for 2. And Swartz, 5 different Cardinals have scored their 11 points. 21-11, a quick 4-0 answer here for Newton. Down low to Franzman. Franzman, bullet passed out, Skelhaas. Can he get a 3 to go? Yes! Levi Skelhaas leads all scorers with 7. He had a huge game against Grinnell.
That was nice inside out that time, though. They got the ball to EJ, nothing there for him, and he throws it out to Levi, and Levi's ready to catch and shoot.
24-11 Eagles in the corner, contested 3, and the answer.
Yeah,
Dave Vanderlaan had a hand in his face, and he got it in anyway. That's 6 different Cardinals who have scored their 6 buckets. So at least there's been some balance there, and they're keeping it close here within 10. Eagles felt like for a second when they were going to run Newton off the floor. A step back for Levi Skelhaas, and Jake Engel is down after he was juked out of his shoes by Skelhaas.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's all right. He just a little shaken up. Doesn't seem to be limping or anything.
Yeah, the official's with him now. He's not happy.
Yeah.
Well, and I think he was a little embarrassed by how badly Levi beat him there. 26-14. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, well, Levi's pretty quick.
Yeah, he's going to possibly win some state track championships this spring if he can stay healthy. That's an excitement that I'm looking forward to. But I don't want to talk track until mid-March. 26-14, rebound for Franzman. Eagles on their half of the floor. Minute left here in the half, 26-14. Eagles trying to add to a 4-possession lead. Skelhaas takes it himself, a little too out of control there, and Swartz looked like he had a wide open man on the baseline. Other side now, Newton. They do have someone open. It's Caleb Mattis. He'll step inside, and then it looks like Nico Schurz forces the turnover. Wow. Schurz poked it out from behind on Swartz, and then both players hit the floor with Trace and Garton.
EJ was going to go for it and then just let it go, and it did roll out of bounds, and Pella Christian's going to get the ball.
You're listening to Eagles basketball, powered by Bank Iowa, on KNIA, KRLS.com, via the KRLS 2 stream, where they say,
let's make it happen.
35 seconds remaining. Eagles a 26-14 lead here at home on homecoming. And a much better response here for Pella Christian. And that's the one big credit for Coach Bohr and his team. This is the toughest league in Iowa outside of the CIML. And for them to bounce back the way they have has been extremely impressive. And they need to, right? Because tomorrow is a big test against a team that just beat Des Moines Christian and swept the season against Des Moines Christian. They're undefeated, Van Meter, coming into town tomorrow. That'll be a huge 2A tournament test. And there's Tyson DeVries, a beautiful finger roll. And a steal, Skelhaus at the buzzer, no. And we almost had a huge raise the roof moment. We're gonna give it to him anyway with that beautiful finger roll and finish. It is all Eagles here. We are partying at homecoming. See if they can hang on in the second half, 28-14. Your raise the roof moment of the game presented by Randall Roofing. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. We're going to step aside for a quick commercial timeout. The victorious Brad Ingvers from the girls team when we come back inside our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Our Central Tire and Auto Radio.
Stop in for the two-day sale this Friday and Saturday at your Hy-Vee stores in Pella, Oskaloosa, and Knoxville. Well, you'll get 30 cents on your Fuel Saver card for every $60 you spend. Plus, we have great deals throughout the store, like 50-count Bakery Fresh donut holes for just $5 and a 10-cent Fuel Saver. A 5-pound bag of Green Giant russet potatoes, $2.99 and a 10-cent Fuel Saver. Get these great deals and much more Friday and Saturday at your Pella, Oskaloosa, and Knoxville Hy-Vees.
Did you know that when you use your Marion County Bank debit card, your purchases can benefit local schools? That's right, you can help the bank make a financial contribution to the local school of your choice. With your checking account and debit card from Marion County Bank, each time you use your card, those transactions add up during the year and we make donations to area schools. It's easy to enroll online, select your school, and there's no cost to you. Marion County Bank's Report Card Program, a great way to make a difference in our schools together. Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
This is the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. This is the Central front end work. There's no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Shonda Ward and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Boys halftime score 28-14. Eagles on top of Newton. And I'm finally glad I get to say this after a radio broadcast. First time I've been able to say it personally since after Albia. The victorious head coach of the Eagles, Brad Ingvers, following a 40-26 girls win. A wire-to-wire win. Still wasn't perfect, still wasn't pretty, but your girls fought hard, fought for every point, and were able to win. Your thoughts about getting the first conference win of the year and getting a nice reward for these girls for all the hard work they've had all season?
Yeah, you said it. You know, we've worked hard. Our kids have worked hard all season, so they've earned a win tonight, and they came out and played, you know, the full 32 minutes. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect. We don't expect perfection all the time. We just expect great effort, and that's what we were asking for tonight. And yeah, some of those things that we saw tonight, we hadn't seen in some of the games, like some of the rebounding, you know, just attacking the rebounds a little better. And so, yeah, we're very pleased.
Yeah, and the hallmark of your teams, at least since I've seen you take over, is you've really had an emphasis on defense. And I thought they really carried you all night. Newton never got anything going offensively. Right. So even while your own offense struggled at times to get the offense going, your defense really did the heavy lifting. Yeah, you know, we had thrown in a few things in our defense that we thought, after reviewing some film, like we might be able to get some traps in certain spots, if on the baseline possibly or on the wing, and take advantage of that. And the girls responded well for that. And they do. They come out and they play some intense defense. And you're right. If your offense is your defense, that's not always all bad. But tonight, you know, a lot of our offense was at the foul line, and that was great too. Well, and it's because of how well it happened. We'll talk about that in a second. I had you unofficially, I think, 20 live ball turnovers that turned into you keeping possession, so steals that kept the game going, so it wasn't just Newton throwing the ball away. Right. A lot of credit to your girls, and I know that's been an emphasis. I think I had Jocelyn for 8 steals, Faith had 6, and that's huge, right? When you can keep the ball going, that's momentum for your team. Right, and just getting a hand, and we talked about that a couple years ago too, and we always emphasize that defensively. Like, we just want to get tips. Just get a touch on the ball because it starts messing with the opponent's mind. And the girls did a nice job tonight of really stretching out. When you have Jocelyn, very athletic up front, and Chloe Heisman just does a nice job on defense as well. Just gets those arms in the passing lanes and does a great job. So very pleased with that effort. And one of the fundamentals of basketball is hitting your foul shots. Jocelyn started 0 for 3 and hit her last 13. Faith was 3 of 6 in the quarter. Carly ended up 3 of 4 from the line. It's what you needed to win, and that's half your score. But hey, you'll take it every night if that's how well they're shooting. Yeah, honestly, you know, when Jocelyn started out 0 for 3, I'm like, this isn't going to be end well for us. But once she gets in a rhythm, once she got into that shooting rhythm from the foul line, she's a very good foul shooter, and so we want her to get to the line. And you know, late in the game, we're forcing Newton to foul her, and it paid off for us. Well, and by the way, I think, she's about to do her lip sync here.
Right.
But Jocelyn, I think she leads the conference still in attempts and makes. It's because of her aggressiveness. And,
right.
It felt like tonight the rest of the team kind of followed her lead offensively. Again, it wasn't pretty. A lot of passes went out of bounds, but I'm sure you're encouraged by the fact that the team wasn't as maybe fearful as they have been in other games.
Right. We in the second half, we had a lineup, and I told the girls that after the game, I said, we had a lineup in the second half that really just seemed to be working together well. So we didn't sub a whole lot in that spot, in the second half. And it wasn't that the other kids couldn't have come in and done well, but it was one of those things where, let's not mess with this right now. These girls seem to have a pretty good rhythm. We're passing the ball a little bit better. And yeah, some of those passes, that we've seen in some of those games when the pressure gets on, I'm just, they're going to step in front of a soft pass like that. We weren't making those passes tonight.
Well, and it's, frankly, it's been since December 6th since you had a win, and so you have a victorious locker room. What's the message after that, knowing that your girls, again, were finally rewarded for months of hard work, and knowing the postseason's around, that's got to be a huge lift. Just get that monkey off the back, right?
Yep. Coach Jungling had a great motivational thing for us this week for the girls that we've been talking about the last week or so about just pounding the rock. Just continue to pound the rock. Come to practice. And you're not going to see when you're taking a sledgehammer to a big old rock, you're not going to see the benefits after every pound, but eventually that rock is going to crack. So tonight, that's exactly what happened for us. We've been giving it the blows, and finally we saw some break in the rock, and so that's been just a great imagery for us as a team. And now we want to crush the rock. To be honest with you, we're not satisfied with just getting the crack in the rock. We want to crush it. So we're going to look forward to finishing the season strong against some good teams, Oskaloosa and Pella, and then into the postseason. But we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, Tuesday. Jim, you've had a lot of success over the recent years at Oskaloosa. They're a much improved team, and maybe opportunity to make it 2 in a row, Coach.
We're looking forward to it, yeah.
And then one last note on everything else. Postseason did come out. I know you're not looking too far ahead, but you know your road. At Pekin and potentially at Minneapolis, and obviously going to be road warriors. But I imagine, again, the win feels a lot better when you're thinking about the fact that Pekin and Minneapolis have not played the schedule you've played.
Right. If you believe in the rankings of schedule, we have the third most difficult schedule in Class 2A of all the 2A teams. And, not in Class, I know it Pekin is, but Minneapolis is 18-0, but they are the third easiest schedule according to that. So, we've said it again last year when we went to West Branch and they came and said, man, you guys are the best, whatever we were, 5-16 team or whatever. Best team we've ever seen with that kind of record. And we want to make that statement again this year that we're the best team, whatever we got the record is at that record.
Well, we look forward to the postseason run, but hey, we got 2 more regular season games, and I get to see these girls in action coming up Tuesday at Oskaloosa. Head coach Brad Akers of the Eagles girls following a 40-26 win over Newton. Coach, congratulations on a win, well earned, and looking forward to more victories hopefully between now and the end of the season.
Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it.
We'll have more of our Central Time Out of Radio halftime show after this. First half stats delivered by Pella Fiber. Levi Skelhaus leads the way for Pella Christian with 9 points. Nico Schurz, Danny Anzinger, Tyson DeVries, Eric Mulder each with 4. Jaden Heisman with 3. 6 different Newton Cardinals end up scoring. Pella Christian ends up winning the rebound battle as well by a 13-12 margin, and turnovers even at 6. Your first half stats delivered by Pella Fiber. 35 miles of fiber underground, over 1,000 customers and counting, but it's neighbors, not numbers, that count the most for Pella Fiber. Learn about gigabit speeds and how their award-winning local customer service can help you at PellaFiber.com. Andrew Schneider inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show, where Win Veenstra has apparently wandered off. He said, enough is enough. Win said he's going to go home for now. We'll talk about our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service, where Pella Christian's able to do what they needed to do. They had a remarkable second half run there, did the Eagles, 28-14. Pella Christian was able to pull away the way that they wanted to. We'll see if that continues. It was defense leading to offense, I thought that was the biggest key for Pella Christian. So awesome to see the Eagles play the way they are, especially with the big one with Van Meter coming in tomorrow. Let's see if PC can hang on and make it a doubly happy homecoming here at Pella Christian High School. That's your second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. They're the gurus of garage doors at DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
And let's get some recognition, by the way, on Monday's Let's Talk Pella. So tune in at 7:45, 12:45, 5:45. We will re-air our interview with the homecoming king, Caleb Belzer, and queen, Natalie Harrell. So again, we'll have that interview for you on KNIA KRLS and KNIAKRLS.com coming up on Monday. And do want to congratulate once again the rest of the 2022 Pella Christian homecoming court. That included Tessa Breams, Lauren Dunsbergen, Sarah Gritters, and Trinity Voss. Danny Andringa, Eric Mulder, Bennett Sprunk, who are all active in this game, and Micah DeHaan. Your homecoming court at Pella Christian High School. It's been a fun day of events. I was here for part of the afternoon. Always a traditionally fun activity-filled day here at PC, and Wynn was on the floor dancing with the juniors.
No, I was not.
He's Mr. Lip Sync. There's nobody I know that loves lip syncs more than my good friend Win Veenstra. But regardless, we just did the second half adjustments with Win. Not a whole lot to adjust. Eagles playing great basketball.
The only good thing about lip sync is
can't hear him
nothing comes out of my mouth.
Yeah, as opposed to the actual singing part. So let's go run down. We got a lot of scores to get to here. We got games that are just about nearing their end. And here's a happy one. Pella 41, DCG 38 and 3. Let's go Dutch. Indianola 73, Oski 50. That's a final. And a Strawberry Southern, their instant radio update. Also on our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, Roland Story 73, PCM 58. And then we have one coming in, another Strawberry Southern, their instant radio update. It's all Norwalk, 57-39 over Grinnell. So the game that remains left of interest is Across Town Live on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Dutch Live YouTube channel. I imagine there might be some fans that have dual screens going on right now as they look at our Pella Christian High School YouTube channel presented by Kinetic Edge, and then of course the Pella High School, because those games, if PC wants a sniff at the conference, they need their friends in green and white to pull something off and then to beat their friends in green and white next week.
Yeah, if Pella can pull that game off, Pella Christian can go back and control their own destiny. Again, they can.
And then motivate Newton to play really well against DCG next week. So, yeah, if the Dutch win, they would be in control, and then them and Indianola and DCG would be on paper, not saying it would be official, but on paper on BC Moore, they would be on the path to having a three-way tie at the top of the conference. Right. And they don't do tiebreakers here, so all three would be conference champs. So that wraps up our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, there's no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Well, Win, Eagles just need to kind of keep it going, right? The defense led to offense. The transition game was strong. Nothing offensively seemed like it came that was forced. Everything was in flow and rhythm. And the Eagles are 2 quarters away, if they can keep this up, from another big conference win here at home.
Well, Pella Christian just had a really good second quarter there. They made 8 shots out of 12 attempts. So, I mean, that's great shooting. Several of those was right point-blank layups. They missed some free throws, which is the only really bad thing they did in that whole quarter.
Skelhaus, Schurz, Heisman, Stoltz, and Mulder on the floor. Engel, Bauer, Somars, Madison, Plowman for Newton. Mulder has it underneath. Eric, dribble, drive, kick it out. Wide open, Jaden Heisman. Online for 3. Yes. Jaden Heisman pours it in. He gets his second tray of the night, and the Eagles with an exclamation point to end the first half. Get that started with a capital letter here in the second. Double team trap on the top, and that's been the huge piece right now. When it's not necessarily the half-court defense in a traditional set. They've really extended and put pressure on Newton's guards.
Yeah, they've really extended that zone out. And, you know, with those big, tall players down below there, they can do that. They can put those guards out a little further.
Especially without foul trouble, right? Those guys can be swinging for the fences back there, especially, I think, one foul combined between Mulder and Schurz, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. It's Trayson Garton who, started there, and he thought better of shooting in the face of Eric Mulder. And Pella Christian now extremely happy to let Newton take a minute per possession, right?
Yeah, you're ahead. You take as long as you want.
And a turnaround jumper in the lane, doesn't go, and it's Schurz the rebound.
Good position by Nico in that way to get his hands out there and pull that ball in.
6:42 remaining here in the third. Eagles a 17-point lead in the ball. Already had a raise the roof moment of the game presented by Randall Roofing right before the half. Our drive to the basket, grown by champion seed dealer Jay Boat, and the Eagles a turnover. Mulder hits the deck.
Well, I don't know if Eric would have been able to track that down anyway.
No.
Aiden threw that quite a ways away from him, but Eric slipped as the player kind of held him.
And now some more three-quarters court pressure here for the Eagles. So Newton's just really struggled to get anything going. And there's the extra pass, and there's Eric Mulder.
Wow.
Tracking down the rebound after his second block of the night. And now Levi Skelhaas, three on the way, doesn't go. Mattis clears it for Newton. Cardinals already on their half of the floor, and Jaden Heisman says thank you. He'll take the steal.
Yeah, tried to throw it in there to the post, but Jaden stuck his hand out and tipped it away.
Right side here, Skelhaas. Skelhaas off the screen from Stoltz. Falls back down. The foul was on the floor anyway, and it's Eagles possession. I think Levi threw it up after he had the contact.
Yeah, maybe so. I was gonna say it was pretty close, but yeah, I think you're right. He felt the contact and then threw it at the basket.
5:52 here in the third. Engel and Bauer checking out. Those are two starters when they're off the floor, and Newton's going full length here. I'm not sure they have one of their ball handlers on the floor right now. I think they both left. Here's Skelhaas for three. That was a good-looking one, but doesn't go again. When it easily could be a 25-point Eagles game.
Yeah, they have not, other than Heisman, they have really not been able to get the threes to fall.
Spin around free throw lane. Bank is open for Trayson Garton. And he is the seventh different Newton player to score their 16 points when they have 7 field goals. And 7 different players have scored. I'm not sure that's what they want, though.
They have 6 field goals.
Oh.
And 2 free throws.
So either way.
Yeah. I'm starting to.
Heisman, 3, no. Mulder, 6th rebound. Mulder travels. And not much argument there from Eric. I think he just took an extra stutter step on his way up. It was close. Second Eagles turnover. 31-16, 5:08 remaining here in the third. Over the timeline it goes to Trayson Garton. Garton to Plowman. And that's out of bounds off of the Eagles.
Good hands by Nico again to stick that hand in the passing lane, and couldn't come up with it, but was able to tip it away. Stoltz is going to take a seat.
Stoltz out, DeVries in. He had a couple nice buckets in the first half, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
31-16 our score. Nearly went through the fingertips of Plowman, then he'll travel.
I thought he did, but I wasn't sure.
He double clutched the ball, and then I think he was surprised that he caught it because it was going through his fingers, and then he kind of took an extra step before he got going. 2 turnovers for each team in the second half. That'll be DeVries leading the Eagles down the floor. Pella Christian is number 7 in Class 2A, and there's a wide open Skelhaas. What a beautiful backdoor cut, and 11 points for Levi.
Boy, that was a nice play there. They threw it over the top. Everybody was paying attention to Eric, and Levi snuck in there.
There's Plowman, turnaround, elbow jumper, doesn't fall. This time a rare offensive rebound, just the third of the night for Newton, and then a foul as Schurz, I think, went through Plowman. That's his second. 33-16, 4:19 remaining here in the third. Newton inbound, it's Mattis. Adam Mattis has been extremely quiet here tonight, just 2 points, and Pella Christian's happy about that. Top of the key to Vanderlaan. Vanderlaan center of the lane to Garten. Garten lost it, and it's stolen away by Bennett Sprunk. Future Dordt baseball player made it official this week. Third Newton turnover. Here's Skelhaas, left side, flips it over to DeVries in the corner. Bennett Sprunk. Sprunk, three-pointer on the way. Left side, no. Eric Mulder tips it out of bounds.
Yeah, that's. They had to look at each other, but that was the right call.
So Samaras is back in for Newton. 3:47 to go here in the third. It is all Pella Christian on homecoming. And then a double team trap here on Plowman. Plowman knocked DeVries down. Left wing three on the way. Doesn't go. And there's Danny Andringa. 5 rebounds for Danny. Skelhaas down the floor, on the elbow, step back. Ooh, thought about a shot. Instead finds Eric.
Well, he's got that little fall away there. He could have probably put it up, but chose not to.
Bennett looking for Danny. Can't get it to go. A dribble and picks it up left wing. Finds Skelhaas. 3:14 remaining here in the third. Eagles a 17-point lead. Here's Skelhaas, left side to Sprunk. Sprunk out to Andringa. Andringa on the perimeter. Everybody on the perimeter right now except for Mulder.
Yeah, and he's got 2 guys guarding him.
Skelhaas flips it back to DeVries in the corner. And now a cutting Skelhaas left side. Levi on the elbow. Tried that backdoor shuffle pass again, and DeVries wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, threw it right by him.
33-16. Eagles have built a little bit on their 14-point lead, and really at this point, I don't think there's too much need for Pella Christian to do anything too fast or hasty here.
No, just take care of the ball, but you can't make silly turnovers like that. They ran a lot of time off the clock, but then ended up throwing it away. You want to take at least a shot somewhere in there.
Bowers back on the floor, a tip and a near steal from Mulder, and Mulder nearly made acquaintance there with the Newton section. He was able to pull up.
They were getting ready, though. They were bracing themselves over there.
That's a 6'9" missile that was about to head 3 rows deep. 2:37 and a quick reach in there on Andringa. He nearly had the ball away from Tade Vanderlaan and instead will get tasked with just the Eagles' second foul. Eagles barely had any fouls in the first half too. It's been a really clean game for the Eagles defensively.
Well, they've done just a really nice job defensively here. Just 1 bucket so far in this entire quarter.
We are tied at 53. DCG ball over at Pella High School.
Oh, wow.
The fourth quarter. Strauver Cellular Instant Radio Update. Come on, Dutch. There's a tip, and we're playing pinball. And a loose ball on the floor.
Now they're going to get Eric for a foul.
Yeah, he reached in.
Yeah.
33-16. And they are going to overtime on Pella Dutch Live. So we won't be lonely for a while, Win.
Yeah. They may have a couple of those yet.
Yeah. 2 of the best in 3A locking horns. I can only imagine that score is very much a state tournament score, right? 50. Those are teams that are getting ready for tournament runs. And not a high scoring game. That's not a low scoring game, but certainly defense dictating what's happening over at Pella High School. Same here, but it's all good news here for the Eagles. 33-16 and a Pella Hy-Vee game reset. 2 minutes remaining here in the third. Left side to Bauer. Bauer kept his dribble going for a while. It's Caleb Mattis. And again, Pella Christian's not going to be upset if Newton takes a minute to score the 17 points they need, because there's not enough time to make that math work. Down low, Mattis got a little bit of a step on DeVries, and DeVries called with the bump.
Yeah, as he made the turn.
Minute 41 remaining. That's 3 fouls in quick succession there for the Eagles. Second on DeVries. Adam Mattis or Jake Engel both back in the game. Jake Engel left in the second quarter after Levi Skelhaas juked him. See if he settled down here a little bit. And a quick exit here in the third quarter too. He's a dangerous scorer when he gets things going. He's the second leading scorer on the Cardinals, but just like Adam Mattis, here's a steal for DeVries up ahead. Tyson will finish for 2. It was Stoltz who got it started, and Tyson DeVries who finishes the steal and score.
Yeah, nice job by Aiden of tipping the ball away, tipped it over to Tyson, and he gets a layup.
35-16, Eagles' largest lead at 19 with a minute 17 remaining. Bennett Sprunk gets his hands on the ball. And it's Andringa who comes up with the possession for the Eagles.
Well, the height, even at the forward position.
Danny Andringa leans and counted again. Another three-point play chance for Danny Andringa.
Yeah, nice job of finishing on that play. But on the previous play, the defensive height there of Sprunk and his leaping ability, he was able to tip that ball away.
Minute 5 remaining here in the third. E.J. Fransman, Jaden Heisman in. Schurz will check in for Andringa after the shot. Or at next stoppage.
Yeah.
If he doesn't make it.
Well, he's got to make one sooner or later. And there it goes.
Yeah. 7 points for Andringa. 38-16. Pella Christian is just pouring it on the Cardinals in a Vision for Less timeout. Win in a conference where we are full of teams that have early in the season a ton of close games. What's this like playing pinball here? Pella Christian beats Indianola in overtime. Indianola blows the doors off of DCG by 30. DCG blows the doors off of Pella Christian by 30. Newton beat Pella last week, but then Pella is tied with DCG, and then Pella Christian's now up by 22 and is blowing out Newton.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to matchups, what people can do against each other, but I think it comes, you've got to be ready to play every night. You can't come in and have a so-so game in the Little Hawkeye Conference. You are going to get beat.
Chris Larson, who was up here when we did the Newton broadcast, said it best. It's in this conference, it's not how good you are, because everybody's about the same talent-wise. DCG, Pella, Indianola, maybe slightly better PCs up there too. It's how you play.
Yeah.
And when Pella Christian plays well, they're one of the top 4 teams in the conference. I think they've clearly established that. When they aren't playing well, the other top 3 have beaten them pretty bad, including DCG as really the only one who's blown out PC. Everything else has been close, but
well, and PC was, the first time they played him was right with them until that fourth quarter when they
just everything. It was a meltdown.
Yeah, they just did nothing.
Minute remaining here. 38-16. Eagles up by 22. And this has been as dominating of a performance as the Eagles have had in the conference all year. I mean, it kind of is the story of what happened in the Newton game the first time win, but the difference was Newton got a big lead early.
Right. And in all
Third
fairness,
foul on Schurz, by the way.
In all the years I coached and had to play in that Newton gym, I did not have teams that like to play there. It just
no one likes to play there.
No, it's a hard place to play.
I mean, we called the sub-state game, 2 years ago now with Des Moines Christian, Pella Christian, and I thought one of the keys to that game in hindsight was the fact the Eagles have been there before. Because I don't think Des Moines Christian ever really got comfortable in that gym, and the fans are way on top of you, the way that second deck works, and it's just a loud old gym. And credit the Newton fans. I give them a ton of credit because they make that environment tough in the conference.
And it gives them a nice home court advantage.
Here's Heisman. He came open on 3, and he gets it to go. Make it a 3-tray night for Jaden Heisman, 41-18.
He's shooting 50%, and if you can do that from 3, that's pretty good.
41-18 Eagles. 23-point lead. 25 seconds remaining. This is, I don't want to butter it up because there's still 3 really tough challenges ahead for the Eagles, but if Pella Christian plays like this, they'll be one of the final 8 teams in Des Moines, right? It's good defense win turning into transition offense. Nothing rushed offensively, but they're getting the ball inside. There's a 2 for Newton and Swartz. But I mean, and when the 3s have come, when it's been that inside-out game, this is what Coach Bohr drew up at the beginning of the season. No shot at the horn, by the way. We'll talk more about it after we'll call a Vision for Less commercial timeout because we haven't had any timeouts off the board here in the half. 41-20, it is all PC inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Even a mild winter can take a toll on your roof. Between the freeze and the thaw, you may need new shingles. Certainly, if you're going to get new shingles, you're going to get CertainTeed shingles from Dutch Mill Supply in Pella. CertainTeed Roofing offers a wide array of residential roofing shingle options.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door. Our product line is diverse, and we'll get you what you need quickly and at a competitive price.
As part of our commitment to community, Pella Cooperative Electric is proud to award 3 $1,000 scholarships to area high school seniors. If you're a high school senior at Pella or Pella Christian, or a homeschooled student and your family receives electricity from us, check with your guidance counselor or visit our website for details. Application deadline is February 28 through Dollars for Scholars. Looking out for you, we're Pella Cooperative Electric.
Inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Andrew Schneider and Wynn Veenstra. And when we were talking about it just outside of the other commercial timeout, this is what Coach Bohr dreamt of, the team he wanted to see, right? Defense leading to offense, a lot of guys on the floor, the sharing of the basketball. This is the team he wants to see at the tournament. Now they got to finish, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Shot misses, rebound goes out of bounds off of Newton.
And, you know, like I said, they're spreading the scoring around. That, you know, the guards are scoring, the forwards are scoring, the posts are scoring. Eric's only got 4 points because they're just double teaming him, but Nico and Danny are picking up the slack. Levi's had a good game. Heisman's knocked down some shots.
We're going to call that our creative idea, drawn up by Brand Appeal. For branding, print, web, video, interactive, call Brand Appeal, relentless for you. Eagles turn the ball over. Throw away goes right in the arms of Adam Mattis, who just has 2 points tonight. Engel throws it away, and it leads, it forces a travel to Swartz. It wasn't Swartz's fault. The pass was bad.
And that's not a good call either, because he doesn't have control of the ball there.
Right.
You can't travel then.
And Engel's trying to understand that, and I think that's the conversation he's trying to have.
Yeah, I mean, he's got one hand on the ball. He's not holding it. And, I mean, if nothing else, it's a dribble.
Here's Nico Schurz, Tyson DeVries. DeVries gets it over the half-court line to Aiden Stoltz. Stoltz up ahead to Schurz. Schurz lost it and flung it back to DeVries, who thankfully was standing there. 7:12 remaining here in the fourth. Eagles up by 21, 41-20. Left side, here's Heisman, down low to Schurz. Schurz kicks it out to now DeVries, right side three. Doesn't go. Rebound's tipped up. It was Franzman who got it to Nico, who cleans it up the glass and in.
Nice job of staying with that play, get the offensive board and a putback.
And nearly it should go to Newton ball. I was about to say, that very clearly went off of Heisman.
Well, and the official right there on the play couldn't see it, so he had to have some help from
I
further
almost
away.
thought Jaden fouled Engel there too, but regardless, it is Newton ball down by 23. Eagles have tied their largest lead here. 6:44 remaining in the fourth. At this point, it's elementary who's winning the game. It's just a matter of when and what the final margin is.
Yeah, just keep playing smart. Don't anybody get hurt.
Well, and I think knowing what's on the docket tomorrow, there's a three in the corner, bounces off the rim, no good. And Franzman couldn't quite save it from the baseline. That will stay a team rebound. Newton. There's not, Eric and Levi are sitting right now, and I think the knowledge is that
they got to play tomorrow.
They got to play tomorrow. So I think if Pella Christian's going to beat Van Meter tomorrow, they're going to need all 4 quarters from those 2 stars. There's a loose ball that dribbles its way out of bounds. Defensive pressure again, forcing the 7th turnover of the half for Newton. Haven't heard anything yet from across the way.
Yeah, that overtime should be close to over.
Well, let's, you know what, the beauty of technology.
Oh.
Let's see what's going on over with our friends at Pella High School. Meanwhile, Pella Christian will turn the ball over. 43-20, 6:07 remaining here in the fourth. Oh, hey, Frank's got us covered. Foul shots for DCG and a Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio update, 59-56. Mustangs lead, about to make it a 2-possession game at the line. That shot way off the mark, and a rebound goes to Aiden Stoltz. Thanks again to Frank, in quotation marks, Fred Vandenbosch for his help tonight. 5:45 remaining here in the fourth, 43-20. Oh, if DCG wins, they all but sew up the Little Hawkeye Conference, assuming they can take care of business next week.
Yeah, not that they couldn't lose next week, but they got a pretty easy road after this.
5:28 remaining here in the fourth. Eagles happy to drain some clock in possession. Andriga, Heisman, DeVries, Franzman, really minus Aiden, kind of the second rotation in here, and there's an offensive foul. Not sure where that came from.
Well, Tyson ran into him. I couldn't tell. There was a lot of bodies in the way to see if the guy was actually set. He must have blood now.
Yeah. From his own foul. Turnover Eagles, their 5th.
Looks like Newton's clearing the bench here too.
It is 61-56, Dutch down by 5. 7 seconds remaining in overtime. 20 points for Newton. Great defensive performance here for PC. Bennett Sprunk is in. And again, we pretty much have the second rotation in. The Schurz, Mulder, Skelhaus combination going to get some rest here.
Well, Newton's at that same spot. They've just had a line change.
Well, they're at the well tomorrow. So let's take a look at the road ahead. Kayla Mattis, and that's actually relevant to Newton. It's Knoxville versus Newton for a doubleheader. Derek Cardwell will have that game. Girls start at noon from Wells Fargo Arena on KNIA-KRLS.com. And then we've got basketball tomorrow in. Pella Christian versus Van Meter, boys only game. And a Vision for Less timeout.
I think all three levels, freshman, JV,
yes,
and varsity, all play tomorrow.
That'll be all on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. And then our game, trying to find the pregame time just to make sure. It's a half-hour pregame, so prepare for that one, Frank or Kenyon. Telling them all the inside trade here. 3:30, so 3 o'clock coverage begins on KRLS 3 at KNIA-KRLS.com. So 3:30 tip, and that's as of BC Moore, as of today, number 7 Pella Christian, number 8 Van Meter, undefeated Van Meter. Should be a good one tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, what.
That's
having beaten Des Moines Christian twice, and I've seen Des Moines Christian play in person once.
And they beat Pella and Pella Christian.
Pella and Pella Christian basically with their speed. What does Van Meter have that is able to beat Des Moines Christian, because Pella Christian is going to have to play them, I'm pretty sure, at Sub-State.
Van Meter's got a different route, but we got Des Moines Christian, Pella Christian head-to-head at Sub-State potentially coming up. On the road ahead, presented by PellaMotors.com, where you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee, 43-22. Eagles up by 21 points, and they're in the fourth quarter, 4.5 minutes to play. And again, we're getting the kind of second rotation here for Coach Bourne. And let's be honest about it. It's a really good second rotation to have.
This would start for a lot of teams.
I was about to say, this is if this was a South Central Conference team here with these 5, they'd probably have a good shot at winning the league. Eddyville would probably be their toughest matchup, and that's one of the teams we would see in the bracket. But obviously having Eric Mulder and Levi Skelhaus, 2 of the best just athletes in Class 2A, period, it gives the Eagles most of an edge on most nights. Top of the key here for Sprunk, and the Eagles are kind of playing the Newton style here, Win.
Yeah.
Just take the air out of the ball, look for layups.
Little faster, though. Oh.
But it is a turnover.
Tried to force it in there to
EJ.
EJ couldn't get it done.
Newton ball down by 21. And there's another steal for Pella Christian. Sprunk gets his second, 8th Newton turnover.
Just 2 points here for Newton in this quarter, though.
Another offensive foul.
Wow.
That one was, I think, a little more blatant than the last one. And it is a final. DCG 61, Pella 57. So the Mustangs will split with the Dutch, and it looks like the Little Hawkeye Conference is in the hands of the Mustangs.
Yeah.
Both boys and girls, barring both Newton and Norwalk win over DCG next week.
Makes the race for second a little tighter, though.
Well, Indianola now is in complete control of second, and they play they just played Grinnell and Oskaloosa, so they got Norwalk left, and I think also Newton. So there's your final 2 for them. Pella Christian and Pella have to play each other to end the season, so one team's going to finish with more than 4 conference losses. 3 minutes remaining, assuming both take care of business Tuesday, as they should, with Grinnell and Oskaloosa on the opposite side. 43-22, 2:50 to play here in the fourth. The Pella Hy-Vee game reset, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. A 14-0 Eagles run, end of the first, beginning of the second. Gave Pella Christian the cushion they needed, and they played excellent defensive basketball since then against the Newton Cardinals. And when we think about the final score, I think if Pella Christian pushes the pace, sure, they maybe get to 60 tonight, but when you think about tournament basketball, when you have this kind of a lead, you protect the ball without a shot clock, right? And this is, and I think that's intentional for Coach Bohr. He's trying to drill it in their heads that, hey, I don't care. The moment we're in the tournament, we're playing ball this way. If it's 43-22 and that's the final score,
so
I think JD be happy. You won.
You move on, yeah. And, they're in layup-only mode. They tried to force the ball into EJ that time, get the foul, and just keep possession and keep running that clock.
.222 remaining. And this is some huge experience for these guys who, maybe we'll see him on the floor again Tuesday if Pella Christian's able to pull away from Oskaloosa. But I'm going to guess Thursday's game is going to be close regardless. That's just how the rivalry usually goes.
Another place that it's not so easy to play in.
Yeah. And then on Thursday, 3 games that are going to be really tough for PC. But hey, I think that's the hallmark of an Eagles team, that their only losses have come to ranked teams. And they're only outside of one game, they were in every single one of them.
Yeah.
And on homecoming, why don't we get the bench emptied here? All right, so we got Jack Fancher, Lincoln Vandermolen, Benny Schurz,
and Isaiah Bream.
Isaiah Breams is wearing 34, so he's not on my ledger here.
Right. And Tyson stayed out there with him.
Tyson's out there, okay. So here's Pella Christian. DeVries. Bream's a pretty good golfer, by the way, at the top of the key. And DeVries will draw just the 4th foul of the half for Newton. Lincoln Vandermolen's a fairly solid athlete. He had a good season as a pitcher. Jack Fancher, all-district kicker. And then Benny Schurz was the starting running back on the football team. So pretty good bunch of athletes here to have, 11 through 15 on the bench. And then obviously DeVries, who sees regular time. Top of the key, 3 doesn't go. Board controlled by Ian Reynolds. It looks like Newton's kind of matching here with their backups. So we're to a JV game here basically at the end. Top of the key, Brody Fuller. Right side, Nate Lampy. Lampy's shot, a couple of bounces off the rim, no. And Brody Fuller gets the rebound, no. And it's Lincoln Vandermolen clears it for PC. 43-22 with 1:09 remaining. Just 2 points for both teams in the quarter so far. Breams tried to change that, lost it, and it's a tie ball.
Wow.
Well, he hit it off his foot. Then when he picked it up, I don't know if it was full possession, but Lampy had his hand on it, so.
Well, gives the ball back to Newton. But again, this game is over, so just got to play solid defense here for a minute.
60 seconds remaining. And we've got a fun week of basketball ahead for you folks before we get to the postseason. Trying to enjoy the time while it lasts, because this is the final Friday. Unless the Eagles make an upset run of the bracket, this is our final Friday of basketball period until the state championship game potentially for Pella Christian.
Yeah.
That's the hope. I hope it's not.
I've been there before. You've been there before. We could do it again.
That would be a lot of fun. That final Friday of March the 11th. I know my March 9th pretty well now in terms of the calendar. Let's just say that's the day I'll never forget, right? Well, I hope not, but right now certainly won't. But 43-23, Newton has outscored the Eagles 3-2 in the 4th quarter. That'll be our Hormel Foods radio key play of the game. I say with just a grain and a pinch of salt and sarcasm, and there's a turnover. Up ahead, Newton lays it off and in for Drew Thompson for 2. It's 5-2 Newton here in the quarter.
Yeah. Need a 3 to tie the score here in the quarter.
Usually they want to pop them up. Hey guys, this is your chance. Lincoln Vandermolen will finish for 2. It wasn't a 3, but they got the 2. And a turnover at the buzzer. No, they're going to hang on. Well done by Mr. Schurz. And a dominating defensive-driven win for Coach Board gives us a homecoming sweep and a happy homecoming to the Eagles. The girls score a final 40-26, and the Eagles boys 45-25 as they cruise by Newton. It's your Cabinet Zanapella Radio postgame show when we come back after this.
What are you craving right now? If you're in the Pella area, chances are that you can have it delivered right to you right now from our friends at Delivery.com. With more than a dozen local restaurant partners, you can get everything from a pastry and coffee to pizza, tacos, pasta, sandwiches, wings, burgers, steak, sushi, and more. Don't forget the cupcakes or ice cream for dessert. It's all available at delivery.com, and they'll bring it right to you at your home or office or wherever you are in the Pella area. Check them out today, delivery.com.
Are you a saver or a spender? Either way, we've got you covered at Community First Credit Union with 2 great reward checking options. Say goodbye to points and hello to cash. Our checking accounts are about money in your pocket, not points you'll never use. Simply meet monthly qualifications to get your rewards and unlimited nationwide ATM fee refunds. And no matter what happens, there is no monthly fee or minimum balance requirements. See for yourself what See First can do for you. Rules and qualifications apply. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Online ordering is now available at Culver's in Pella. Simply go to culvers.com, select curbside or carryout, and let us know if you'd like us to start making your order fresh right now or schedule the time that you want it ready. Our entire menu is available, including Marion County's best burger, chicken sandwiches and tenders, seafood dinners, fresh salads and hearty soups, kids' meals, snack-worthy sides, and our famous frozen custard. Just go to culvers.com and place your online order for your next meal at Culver's in Pella, where we're locally owned and involved in your community.
The wipers in the car go swish, 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 swish. The wipers in the car go swish, swish, swish. That's Central Tire and Auto.
Winter brings slushy, sleety, icy weather that's even more annoying if your wipers can't keep your windshield clean. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the important little things like new wipers, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
Central Tire and Auto.
At Hopkins Roofing, we're not a 9-to-5 hit the road kind of company. We know that every roof we build and install is an opportunity to do good, to take care of our clients, to give opportunities to our employees, and to give back to the communities we work in. Because we believe that a roof isn't just a covering to keep the weather out. We've seen that a better life can be created through roofing. If it's time for a new roof for your home or business, check out some of our work at hopkinsroofing.com and let us put together a quote for you. Hopkins Roofing. Roofing done for good.
Van Manen, Seedstra, Meyer, and Nickel may be a long name, but they serve businesses and individuals with both short and long names. When you let the professional CPAs at Van Manen, Seedstra, Meyer, and Nickel both save you time and give you peace of mind, you'll have more time to do the things that are important to you, like grow your business, spend time with your family, or volunteer in the community. You'll even have enough time on your hands to say their full name.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seedstra, Meyer.
This is the Captain Design of Pella Radio postgame show where they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy at Cabinet Design of Pella. Win a happy homecoming here for the Eagles as they dominate Newton 45-25. A 14-0 run win in the first half. Our Hormel Foods Radio key play of the game ended it. I mean, it was similar to how the first game went. Pella Christian didn't fall behind nearly as badly as they did in the first matchup, and that's just a tough matchup for Newton. The length, Pella Christian isn't obviously the run and gun kind of team that relies on the three like Pella and DCG and Indianola do, and the Eagles show why they're a tough matchup and run Newton out of the gym.
Yeah, you know, I think it's hard to pick an actual play of the game, but I think just the methodic right from the start, getting the ball inside. Eric was able to get an offensive rebound and a dunk. I think that kind of set the tone that if they didn't double team Eric, he was going to just have his way underneath there. They did. Give the rest of the team credit. Danny, Nico, Jaden, they all stepped up and made some shots from the weak sides and from the outsides, and was able to really pick up the slack from the fact that Eric was drawing a big crowd. So they did all the things they had to, but I think that first offensive rebound and putback by Eric really set the tone for the game.
So Pella Christian, just 4 losses in the conference, 2 to DCG, 1 to Pella, 1 to Indianola. It's been a great run for the Eagles. Obviously, it seems like at this point they will not be the conference champions. DCG on our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard wins by 4, 61-57. So the Mustangs look like they're going to win the Little Hawkeye Conference. But for Pella Christian, they've got a chance to be in second still if Indianola stubs their toe next week. And
so Indianola's only got 3?
Yep, they only lost once to DCG, Pella, and to Pella Christian. They have Norwalk and Newton next week. Norwalk to end the season, so that's always a tough one.
Yeah,
the Warren County rivalry.
Norwalk could pull that one
but
off.
Indianola's been playing some phenomenal ball, and Pella Christian's the last team that's looked good against them. I mean, they've been putting the hurt on everybody on their schedule, so we'll see how that goes. And I know it's not as exciting as a conference championship, but I think Thursday is going to be for outright. It's going to be outright third place and some postseason momentum coming up next Thursday.
In this conference, being a 2A school and a upper 3/lower 4A conference, where you're facing schools with twice as many students as you've got, and you're able to not finish on the bottom, I think that's a plus.
I'm just saying it's my selfish desire that I was hoping next Thursday was for the conference championship, which it could have been.
It's going to be for bragging rights yet at this point, right? Because they're tied with both with 4 losses.
That's
now.
what I mean. And assuming
both teams should take care of business on Tuesday.
95% chance we've got 4 losses after for both teams Tuesday with Grinnell and with Oskaloosa. So, that one should be for the better season. I think that's what it's for, right? Who had the better season?
Right.
Will it be Pella or Pella Christian? We'll find out coming up on Thursday. But our next game win.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. But for that, our Hormel Foods Radio key player of the game, I want to change it up. Danny Andring, I'm going to go back to Albia. He had 7 points and 5 rebounds, and he was a real catalyst, I thought, for what the Eagles are trying to accomplish. There was, I think, a point in that second quarter, part of that run, where he had 3 straight rebounds. I think the Eagles scored 4 points off of those possessions, and Danny is just Mr. Hustle. And
if you have not seen Pella Christian's team play and you came in and watched Danny play, you would wonder how in the world is this guy not a starter?
Right.
He just does everything you have to do. He's got nice height. He's got great athleticism. He shoots the ball well. He rebounds the ball well. And yet he's the first guy off the bench to replace either Nico or Eric in those situations. So they've certainly got the depth that they need. They just need to put those final few touches together.
Well, this is a good start here for Pella Christian. Again, your final score 45-25. Looking for a key to your new career, visit HormelJobs.com. As we'll step aside for a commercial timeout, head coach J.D. Bohr joins us when I'll see you
tomorrow.
Less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
So make sure you wake up early for that.
Trust me, I'll be up early.
I figured. Well, 3 o'clock.
I don't know if I'll do anything, but I'll get up early.
Yeah, same here. We'll step aside, head coach J.D. Bohr, when we come back.
We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Strawber Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make U.S. Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Strawber Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
At Ulrich Ford & Lincoln, area residents have trusted us since 1935, and they trust us today as we continue taking care of you. A big part of that trust is because we're here after the sale with local service, and that's especially important in today's technology age. There can be a big learning curve when you buy a new vehicle, and we're here for you to stop by anytime with any question, no matter how big or small. So for your next vehicle purchase, find out for yourself why so many area residents trust Ulrich Ford & Lincoln in Pella, where we're taking care of you.
This is the Captain Design of Pella Radio postgame show. Final score, Eagles 45, Cardinals 25 in boys basketball action here with head coach J.D. Bohr following the team's 20-point win over Newton. And, Coach, you almost could have put the first game on repeat and put it back here. Newton gets an early lead, this time not as big, and your guys get the defense going. You get a big run there from the first to second quarter and not necessarily put the game away, but certainly put yourself in the driver's seat and one of the most complete four-quarter performances you've had all season. Your thoughts about this win?
Yeah, one of the things about our team, which has been both a blessing and a curse, is that we've been playing in runs, right? That we play really well first spurt, and then we struggle first spurt, and then we play well. And I thought tonight was really good, that it was a consistent attack, especially from the defensive end. Really proud of our defense. And, we weren't quite sure whether it was going to be more of a man game or a zone game. Just kind of settled into being a zone game for the most part, and we did a nice job in that. And I thought we forced a lot of turnovers too, which is nice to see us get a couple runouts. That doesn't happen very often for us to get those live ball turnovers. So really proud of our defense and just proud of the way we bounced back here tonight with a big win.
Well, and again, on night, and if I told you at the beginning, hey, Eric's only going to have 4 points, and, he may not have a huge double-double kind of night. He was impactful when he was on the floor, but he didn't need to be, and it was balanced scoring. Guys like Andringa and Heisman and Nico, and I know that this team often is going to be driven by what Levi and Eric do, and we've talked about that all season, but if you can get those other guys to step up from Nico all the way down, that's what makes you a dangerous team, and Newton just had no answers for you because you had so much balance.
Yeah, that's one of the things we talked about in the locker room too, is it's just fun to play that way. It's fun to get some different guys involved, and I thought we got good minutes from everybody that was playing in the rotation tonight. Even guys that didn't score. I thought E.J. Franzman played really well tonight on the defensive end. Bennett's been a key for us on the defensive end as well. And then you get a guy like Tyson who gets in the scoring column there. And like you said, just other guys. Nico was good tonight. Levi's, led us in scoring with 11. But, yeah, Eric only scored 4 points, and yet we played really well. And I was happy to get some of those guys a little more of a rest down in the fourth quarter, too, to keep their legs fresh for tomorrow. So
I was about to say, we got a big one coming up Saturday with Van Meter, and that's the luxury of getting a lead, though. And I know that sometimes, ever since obviously you had a softer non-conference schedule early, and it got tougher and tougher, obviously, as you got later in the season. It's a rare luxury for you, Coach, to have this ability to rest some guys. And not only that, I felt like, and correct me if I'm wrong, got to play a little bit of tournament-style fourth-quarter ball where you're in layup-only mode, and you got to do so really with your second rotation. That's some huge experience for those guys if you're in any foul trouble in a tournament game, to have that ability to play some keep away, especially against a good defensive team.
Yeah, honestly, it wasn't really my intent.
That's what it turned out to be.
We were trying to run offense, and they were being really physical with us, and I was just kind of wondering where a foul call was going to be, and we just didn't have guys that were really driving to put the ball. Maybe it just wasn't their personnel, the personnel that we had on the floor, so it ended up kind of being that way. But, yeah, it was a good job of closing out the game. We talked about in the third quarter, we were up by 14 at halftime. And we wanted to make sure that in the third quarter, we won the third quarter so that we could get into a position to rest some guys in the fourth. And we did that by getting off to a really nice start there right at the beginning of the third.
Well, and it's not officially over because there could be some craziness next week, as we've seen in this conference. Don't count anything out, but it looks like DCG is going to be your champions after knocking off Pella. Everybody else is kind of on a have-to-have DCG lose moment. So beyond that, still some big tune-up games coming up. And we'll talk about Van Meter in a second, but really this is your last chance. You got less than a week in the regular season, and you've got three very uniquely different and challenging opponents. And Oskaloosa team had a big run against Pella the other night. Obviously, the Dutch are not going to be happy with how their season's been going lately. Your thoughts about where this team needs to be, knowing you've got three really unique opponents to kind of set yourself up for the tournament run?
Yeah, we're excited about it. We're excited to play some good teams. It's nothing out of the ordinary, right? I mean, it's just kind of we're continuing on with what we've been doing, but we're trying to play our best basketball this time of year, and I think defensively we've kind of found some things. We've found a bit of an identity on the defensive end of the floor, and I'm just looking for us here in the next week and into the postseason to just really find ways to continue to be consistent. I thought tonight we were somewhat consistent, but find ways to be consistent on the offensive end of the floor and just keep finding production from different guys. So that'll be a big key for us moving forward here.
Well, and coming up, and when this interview airs again, it'll be later today, 3:30 start, 3 o'clock pregame. Varsity versus Van Meter. Your non-conference schedule here in the second half of the season features two state tournament contenders. You saw Des Moines Christian. Van Meter swept Des Moines Christian in the conference this season. It was a really unique team that you saw a year ago. It was a snowy day, a weird overtime game. I think both teams are probably significantly better than they were at that point. And again, potential state tournament team that you have coming to town. Your thoughts about Van Meter?
Yeah, they're really good. They bring a little size to the table, which is kind of interesting for us. That we obviously have some size too, so it'll be kind of a fun matchup there on the inside with some good post play, which we don't really see that often in our league. Really, is really good post play. So that'll be interesting. And they're athletic. They're obviously a team that we are familiar with. It just seems in football we played them a few times recently, and obviously last year at basketball too. So they're a good team. It's going to be a great test for us. I think they just have one loss this year, and obviously beating Des Moines Christian twice says a lot about the kind of team that they are. So we're excited for that game and looking forward to getting a little break here, getting off our feet, get a good night of rest, and be ready to go tomorrow.
Again, a 3 o'clock start coming up on Saturday. later today, depending when you're listening. KRLS 3 and the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. That's Pella Christian head coach J.D. Bohr following a happy homecoming win, 45-25 over Newton. Coach, get some rest, and we'll see you in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, and can I just add,
Yeah.
I mean, the crowd is fantastic
What
tonight.
a great environment.
Yeah, this is really, last year's homecoming was a little bit weird with
COVID still.
COVID stuff going on. Really cool to be a part of this, and cool experience for all the people involved, and just, you can't ask
Fun
for better
the kids.
support.
They had a great crowd on that big run in the first half. Coach, get some rest, and we'll see you. Good one tomorrow.
Will do. Can't wait.
We're going to wrap up our Captain Design Pella Radio postgame show after this.
It's nice to know that the products we grow are meant for this area, not for the whole nation. That's something that a lot of seed companies can't do. Champion selects hybrids that work countywide, statewide. We have a couple products in the corn lineup that they tell us don't sell. They're meant for the dryland. They're not meant for this area. But most of them want standability. They want a product that's going to stand until December when the snow flies. We're a price competitive and product competitive company.
Learn more at plantchampion.com.
Some call them small businesses. We call them a big deal. At Bank Iowa, we're doing big things for businesses of all sizes. From companies with a single desk or retail counter to those with multiple assembly lines and vast operations. Commercial loans, checking accounts, and treasury management, plus the resources you might only expect at a larger bank. Visit one of our 25 locations and let's talk about all the big things Bank Iowa can do for your business. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Loans are subject to approval.
And this will wrap up our Cabinet Design Pella Radio post-game show, where they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blum, the Cabinet Guy at Cabinet Design Pella. Let's run down our final stats. Presented by the Verduff Agency, Levi Skillhouse, 11 points, 9 for Jaden Heisman, 7 for Danny Andriga, 6 each for Tyson DeVries and Nico Schurz, 4 for Eric Mulder, 2 for Lincoln Vandermolen. Spread out scoring for Newton, 6 for Swartz to lead the way, and then 5 other players who scored a bucket, or 6 other players who scored a bucket for the Cardinals. Your final stats are presented by the Verduff Agency. Let them calculate your insurance plan for you with complete courteous service for nearly 100 years. The Verduff Agency, 100 years in South Central Iowa. So let's go ahead. We already told you about the road ahead. We got Van Meter coming up tomorrow. You are listening to Eagles basketball powered by Bank Iowa on KNIA-KRLS.com and the KRLS 2 stream. And tomorrow our coverage begins at 3 o'clock. Myself and Wynn will be right back here. Same time, same YouTube channel, same stream, as we'll have our coverage beginning. It should be an awesome one. Number 7, Pella Christian. Number 8, Van Meter. It is a state tournament preview, in my mind, at least the kind of basketball we'll be seeing coming up tomorrow. It should be a ton of fun. A full day. So if you want a full day of good basketball all the way from 9th grade up to JV, come on in late morning tomorrow. It should be a great day to be on Eagle Lane and celebrate the wonderful sport of basketball. So that will conclude our broadcast. It is a happy homecoming sweep here for the Eagles. The girls won 40-26 over Newton. The guys win 45-25. And you've been listening to Pella Christian Eagles basketball on the one to count on for today's local sports in the home of the Eagles, KNIA KRLS. Have a happy Friday night, and we're going to see you for some Saturday afternoon state tournament basketball. See you then.